Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes from the beginning to understand how this practice can help for us to develop our conventional life and at the same time our spiritual life. So when it comes to the very purpose of this whole practice, recognizing the truth, understanding the truth. So the truth, there are two kinds of truth. So one is called conventional truth, another one called eternal truth. So the conventional truth we can access through our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind with this physical material world. All our studies, culture, tradition, believing system, following system, all this schooling system will help us to understand more and more and more this conventional truth. But the eternal truth, you can't learn like that. You can't gain like that. It's always going to come out of by experience. When you have the clear mind and awareness, clarity, and out of that, when you experience something, so that is where you gain the wisdom regarding the eternal truth. So then in your life, rather than becoming very limited to only one truth, it is very necessary for yourself to access to this both rather than holding with one. So in that process, always you have to remember the very nature of this conventional life, separating, comparing, categorizing, holding, grasping, clinging, resisting. So this all come out of the intention or the desire or the motivation based with the self-centered mind. I am, me. So that itself came to us because of our habitual patterns. the way that we develop our thinking pattern, which we call the sanskar or the mental formations. So somehow now we have it, and now our goal should be how to entangle this, because we are the one who tangle this all, collecting information like. And now we are so believing on that story we build up in our mind, and maybe it's very old, it's go beyond the thousand years backward, eons by eons backward. But this is a moment that you can develop a mechanism to untangle it. So practicing meditation, especially when you develop the tranquility and vipassana, this both meditation techniques, it will help you to slowly release this collective nature from you. So you have a kind of like a thoughts. It's like magnet. It's stuck, come towards you, always pull towards you. This is the power of idea of this self, I am. But you can't, from the beginning, you can't reject it. Not only that, anything you can't reject, because who going to reject what? So then you have to let it be, accept it. But that acceptance should not become your foundation. Your foundation should be awareness. When you become aware, within the moment that whatever you experience, in that very level, there is no self. But when your awareness go and hold the idea of self, and when you experience in that foundation, even though there is no self, but you believe, you develop idea out of the experience, this self. So in the beginning, to be conscious, without having the self-centered mind, is a skill. So that's why through practice meditation, little by little, you develop the ability to observe, recognize, experience consciously without the idea of self. So, and in that very level, your consciousness become more stronger, and according to the ability of, according to the clarity that you develop, then your experience going to become more and more sharp and clear. So if I bring an example for this, as you know, these computers, all the iPhones, iPads, this everything work. There are two things, software and hardware. So the hardware can become more strong, powerful, like memory, processor, motherboard, but still, it all going to depend on the software. So the software is the hardware always providing the facilities, giving the opportunities, opening the space to do the work, but the software is the key point. And then according to the power and the capacity, strength of the software, the result going to change. So your physical is kind of like a hardware. But at the same time, your awareness is kind of like the software. So your consciousness itself is your software. So your life, your body is the mechanism, the system. Your awareness is the software that run you. So then you have a choice. So what kind of software you want to put it to you? Because that out of that, whatever the intention you have, whatever the motivation that you carry in you, your awareness start to respond to that. So then develop yourself, the psychological software that whatever you want. And tranquility meditation and the vipassana meditation is a kind of like this kind of psychological softwares you develop in you to bring the ultimate truth and maintain your mind in tranquility state without jumping to lower or higher level. So without getting disappointed or without getting excited, you can remain with the experience without comparing to past or without comparing to future, without comparing to self or without comparing to non-self. So in that way, only the experience going to become you. So that you can be the really in charge. You can be the really the main agency of your own life. So think about it. And sometimes you think, oh, I know the truth. Oh, I know this. But if you look very carefully, what you know, maybe it's not your own idea. Knowingly or unknowingly, you borrowed it from someone or somewhere. And now you hold it to that. And it's kind of like this costume. Because sometimes the costume can steal your true nature. And sometimes when you put the costume, you cover up real who you are from it. And that what you know, the same. It can cover up your true nature or your awareness, your recognition. So then always look into that. Again and again, again and again. Investigate yourself. Develop the introspection. More and more and more you look into inside. Go inward. When you have ability to go inward, you will see more and more roots, how deeply into thoughts, habits, patterns, ideas, believings. And which is built today who you are. And that is what you believe as who you are. So once you see this deeper level, the seeing itself is the method to uproot that all. Without seeing that, If you try to fight with this idea of self or the identity, you can't, because you cannot get it to that. You're not going to get any result. You keep struggling. It's like you start to fight with the ghost. You don't see. And always it's going to bounce back to you, whatever the decision you take to resist it. Why? Because you are the itself. There's no something beyond. So when it comes to this practice, to gain this clarity in you, to gain this development in you, what happens? You build up a very clear awareness not to attach to your moment of experience. Not for this or that. We trying to not to attach to thoughts or ideas. That is what most of time we do. We don't see how to detach from the moment of experience. You will experience that whatever going on, but you are trying to detach from the ideas. What's the point? Because again and again, you will go through with your experience. It becomes your life, your reality. So then, when you develop the awareness, clarity, and when you see this deeper level, the roots, when you little by little uproot it, what happens? You slowly start to build up a strong immunity to suffering. That is very necessary. Because now we have fear. We don't have the immunity to suffer. We can't go through it with the clear mind when the pain, disappointment, unhappiness, sadness, worry happens. When the turbulence happen in our life, we get panic. We can't absorb it like a shock absorber. When the shake happen, we can't take it. We get panic. We break down. We go crazy. We get blind. But when you develop this deep awareness, what happens? You become stronger with the awareness or the understanding, and it becomes the immunity to suffering or the pain, and you are capable to handle all the unbalance or the turbulence. But that all not ideas or thoughts. It's the moment of experience, the moment of unbalance, moment of turbulence, moment of pain, moment of disappointment, you are capable to handle. So once it becomes the wisdom, once you know that method, whatever happened in the past, whatever going to happen in the future, that all is okay for you. Why? Because when you see that turbulence, you know how to balance it. So that all depend on the clarity that you develop in your mind. But unfortunately, most of time, we go with the informations, we go with the outside things, we trying to cross the river, whatever we see on the picture, not the river in front of us. We are planning ahead to climb the mountain, what we see on the magazine. But sometimes while we watching the magazine, we walk and we forget where the entrance, and sometimes we can't mind the gap, or maybe sometimes our own leg get stuck somewhere. We can't take the next step into our own house, our own room. Your leg get hit somewhere. Why? Because your mind got tangled to climb the mountain that you see on the magazine. So like that, always you have some kind of knowledge. You have some kind of wisdom already. But the thing is, you use it to your past or you used it to your future. You don't use it to the moment of experience. So then always remember, again and again, again and again, whatever you see far away from you, nothing wrong with that. You have to learn the history, nothing wrong with your past, because when you become more clear with the past, you can become more clear with the future, conventional level. But at the same time, it all depends on the very present moment of condition in your mind. Because if it doesn't have the clarity or the awareness, whatever the past you see through that unbalanced mind, whatever the future you see through this unclear mind, itself become illusion, mirage, fantasy. So that's what we experience. So then again and again, again and again, focus to the moment of experience. See how you feel, how you experience, how you go through. And once you tune to that, then you start to recognize the very nature, the very behavior of the moment of existence. That is what your existence. That what is happening right now, right here within your own moment of body and mind is the very nature of all living beings, and thousand years, eons backward to the entire human history, to future, eons forward. That is what happens. There's nothing you can experience beyond form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. Even anywhere in this universe, that is the only thing that you can experience: form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. So that all combination is the moment of your experience. This is what you hear, what you see, what you feel, what you smell, whatever comes to your mind. That is the pinnacle of that form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition. So then slowly, little by little, you can reverse this. So then how you need to do? Then how you can physically practice this? Start to slow down. That is one of the method. That's why the practicing walking meditation can contribute you to your sitting meditation very largely. So, because walking meditation will help you to slow down, and at the same time, it merges with the awareness. And not only the walking meditation. So whatever you do, try to slow down. Then you will see There is a current keep coming to you to do it fast. Move forward very fast. And then now you have idea to slow down, but the current keep coming to move, do fast. So right away what we does, listen this very carefully. Right away what we does. So as example, this cup, I try to clean it slowly, slowly. So then the current keep coming to brush it. And this slowing down become kind of like a miserable, unhappy, disappointment. That all bring when you try to slow down. So then I may hold it. I try to resist that. And I'm start to do the wrestling with the current and thinking about it. Then what will happen? My intention start to shift. So my intention was to slow down. Now deeply in the bottom of my subconscious mind, what happened? My intention start to shift from slow down to struggle. This is a very key point you have to understand. Because once it shifts, then you are anymore not slow down. Because there is no way you can have two thoughts at one time. You have to get one thing. Maybe you have to have the intention to slow down, or you have to intention to resist the current. So what we does? By thinking about practicing, we think about meditation or whatever you do most of the time. Even when you try to become good or when you try to break down any habits, what happened? The current becomes stronger and then you go back to it and you become worse by the time. That's why sometimes you want to do fasting, and it is a very known method now. There are many facts for that. And after you do most of fasting, most of time, and you start to eat a lot, you start to eat more after you fasting. Why? Because that current, the resistance, you forget, you shift deeply from fasting to resist the cravingness. It's two different things. You shift, slowing down to resist the current, which you should not do. So then when you slow down, what should you do? Because with the current keep coming, more and more and more you focus, give the attention, put the energy to slow down. That's the key. Not to, you don't need to answer to the current. Your purpose should be to slow down. It may take time for you to digest this, but you have to again and again listen this and try to get it to you. Absorb it to your system. Then you will see how it shifts. And you want to fasting? Because fasting is not you maintaining, remember this, fasting is not you maintaining a hungry stomach. No. Fasting means you are maintaining empty stomach. That was fasting, not the hungry stomach. But most of the time what we does, fasting, you fight with the hunger and then it's become kind of like become strong. No. You maintain the empty stomach. Empty stomach is totally different than the hungry stomach. So that is something you have to think about. Because when the empty stomach you maintain, you have no fight, no resistance with the desire to eat. You feel so comfortable, relaxed, calm. But when you're maintaining a hungry stomach, what will happen? Always you fighting with the craving. So then inside what happened? Unrest. So unrest itself is a kind of like an unbalance. So that's what most of time happen. So this like that, always remember when you have that's where you develop the power of the right software to run you, not the wrong software. So remember yourself, you are kind of like a biological forest. You can't separate from other things. You are interconnected with everything. You are a part of this all. So we are kind of like a network. So then use that ability. Don't resist with things. Just let it be. Don't resist with the current. Just let it be. But you focus more and more. You focus and bring the ability to slow down. So whatever the current comes, you don't look into it. Your purpose to slow down. You slow down. And that itself become the method for yourself to go deeper. And then you can apply it to your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, this all 6 senses. And then you can apply it to inside, because now you practice with inside, you can naturally apply it to your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. And then not only that, you can apply it to the reaction. That is the greatest benefit you gain, because when you slow down the reaction, that whatever come from you, whatever the perception we experience, when you slow down the reaction, you create a gap in between experience and the reaction. And then you will change a lot of things in your life. It's kind of like when the moment comes for you to react, you withdraw from it. When it becomes the power, when the gap becomes strong and clear, you have ability to change your conscious decision or the reaction. You can take a conscious decision to go with it or not to go with it. So that is where you develop the intellectual agency, or you become the in charge. Your consciousness, your awareness become the in charge of your action in day-to-day life. So then whatever you do, you know it, you go with your conscious decision. It's not happen from you. And again and again, when you go with that gap, what happened? The current keep coming behind you, going to slow down. So from the beginning, it may become stronger. Sometimes it washes you away. It's very difficult to handle, but little by little, it's going to slow down. Weaker, 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 because it becomes stronger when you repeat that. So now you create the gap. So it slow down. When it slow down, easy to create more longer gap. When the current slow down, easy to create more longer gap, and the awareness become more strong and clear. So then by the time you are capable to maintain and shift the flow from the current to awareness, and rather than go with the flow of this current, that habitual pattern keep coming behind you, now you develop a flow to be aware, to be conscious, and create a space, gap in between perception and the reaction, experience and the reaction. So whatever come towards you, you experience from you, your bodily, verbally, mentally action, the gap. And your consciousness filled with. When it becomes stronger, 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 when it becomes the flow that you tune, by the time you are not going to go back with that current, and that is where deeply your awareness going to become the in charge of your moment by moment, moment by moment life, and your intelligence agencies with the vipassana knowledge that we develop, critical analytical understanding within the moment of experience, not the outside world, within the moment of experience, your form, feeling, perception, volition, and recognition take you deeper into see this idea of self has no strength, no weight, no place to hold. It's all appear when you take everything together. But when you develop the power to create the gap, the idea of self start to drop. So that, and by the time in certain level, you shift from your own consciousness to be in the moment without self. So that going to become your liberation, your transformation, that going to become your ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself. And say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy, 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So always remember to slow down inside your mind with your awareness. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again and again. So don't resist or don't struggle with thoughts. Just keep focus or put your attention only to the sensation of breathing. Do nothing extra. So in the beginning, deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happens naturally itself and recognize it. Bring my attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. Your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamanchatu. Bless you.